Hi, I'm Kathy Jorgensen. By the time my oldest daughter was in preschool, I had decided my Catholic upbringing was not going to work anymore for me or for my family. We found the UU Church when we lived outside of Boston in 1989. It was like coming home for me, a safe, comfortable, non-judgmental, nurturing, and welcoming place. And so when we moved to Des Moines, not long after that, we started attending this church. Even though it was a little different, it was still the same. And thank goodness it was. We found the same welcoming, nurturing, non-judgmental philosophy that we had found out east. We found great RE curriculum offerings for our children and many new, wonderful, warm fellow UUs. We also found ourselves at that time in a church that was on the very cusp of a large period of growth and change. And quite honestly, being a part of that was not always easy. The classrooms were limited and dreary. The main bathroom upstairs and down was falling apart and tiny. Lines of women after the service. The offices used to be where the main gathering area is now, and there was this awful bottleneck of congestion immediately following the service going into Channing Hall. We didn't even have the office space that we have now. During that time, I witnessed a series, not just one or two, but a series of underpaid and overworked directors of religious education for our children come and go. Enthusiastic, generous volunteers grew weary with burnout. Some even left the church. We could not keep up with all that was required of us, both in the building infrastructure, with our limited staff, and overworked volunteers. It was hard to be part of at times, and scary. My biggest fear was that newcomers in search of a church home would not find what they were looking for, simply because we did not have the space, staff, or money to provide what they needed, which were not good reasons. But still, underneath it all, and despite the growing pains, I knew this was my church. And there was no doubt in my mind I was in the right place. I needed this place, not only for myself and my family, but for my community. I want my friends, neighbors, co-workers, anyone who is seeking a place like this to find it. Fortunately, I recognized and accepted the reality that to overcome the building and staffing problems, it would take more than just volunteer hours to do this. And I say fortunately because there is no doubt in my mind that the financial support we provided then and provide now to this congregation ensures that it is the kind of community I am proud to call my home. We have increased our pledges significantly over the years, even during times when we were financially strapped with only one income or when our combined income was cut significantly due to the economic downturn. We continued to give as much as we could because this is our home and because we want this to be a home to others who seek a place like this. And we not only give generously in our pledge, but also for other special expenses. We contributed a significant amount of money to the capital campaign years ago. And when the project expenses exceeded expectations, we gave even more. And at times we have also donated to special projects that benefit all of us, because we know the importance of maintaining this wonderful building, as well as our unique site, which it is situated on here in the center of Des Moines, with the woods and stream that our church community is so fortunate to enjoy. Now, I'm not looking for praise or recognition. I just want you to know how very important this place is to me. I want it to be the best it can be, and I know that in order for that to happen, I do not just show up or even just volunteer time. I also must support this wonderful church home financially in any way I can to ensure the future of this place for all who seek it. Today, we have two highly qualified ministers, an outstanding full-time director of religious education, a variety of excellent support staff, many enthusiastic and happy volunteers, and an abundance of programming for all ages. So here we are again, bursting at the seams. Not dreary or as cramped or run down as 25 years ago, but still bursting at the seams nonetheless. It's a great problem to have, right? The love and fellowship I feel being a part of this community is amazing, and how thankful I am that we were able to raise both our girls in this church. And to now have our granddaughter be able to grow up in this community is a real blessing. I cannot tell you how much joy it brings to Chris and I to have Daisy drag us to church every Sunday, as well as every Wednesday evening. So I will continue to gladly support this church financially, and I remain hopeful that it will always be a place that can meet the needs of those seeking a home like this, even in periods of growth and change.